Hello and welcome to DestiNation Paintball, the podcast brought to you by Destiny Paintball. My name is B. Paxson, and I'll be your host today. And also, BB Paxson is going to be joining us later this evening alongside her dad and my husband, Mike Paxson. So thank you to one and all for joining us. We got a really cool show today. It's focused around health and wellness, brought to you by our paintball community. People like Terry Tacchino, I hope I said your name right. And Michaela Wilkins has quite the story. We were at her house a couple of weeks ago, and we were there for the NRPL. And I got to sing happy birthday to her in her house, and we did do a live broadcast there. So she's 29 now, you guys. I met her when she was 15. So she was actually also a youth paintballer, thanks to her dad, and grew up around it all her life. And so later in the show, we're going to bring on Thomas Taylor and Mike Paxson to talk about this rise in youth paintball. And it's the first that we're actually having a youth division at the National X-Ball League coming up November 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. The kids will be playing on Saturday all day and already registered our 22 youth teams, 5v5. And I believe all of them have paid except for maybe one team. A lot goes to Jennifer Montresor, also to Mark Gong, and a lot of the youth paintball organizations that exist currently. So many to name. But special thanks to Andy Starrett of the Ali Remembered Foundation for everything that he's doing to really foster and take care of our youth. And it's going to be quite the experience. So really excited about World Cup this coming. Destiny has 20 plus teams again. And I literally can't do this without all of the leadership. So stay tuned. I'm going to be updating my website at Destiny Paintball. It's been a while, been super busy, and I do some techie stuff too because I'm also the producer of this. And so if you're interested in volunteering your time to be a producer for me, I could sure use your help. Let me do some shout outs in the chat. Hello, Terrence Tuak. Nice to see you. Scott McDonald. Nice to see you. North Bay Young Guns paintball team. He's the dad. We just had him on a couple of weeks ago. Max Demers of Bunkered Media. Thank you for those really cool photos that you took of us at the NR Paintball Fields NRPL series, or NRXL, I should say. We played D4X ball. And to Bonchik, you are my density. I get it, Bonchik. I got your jersey on order, by the way. Joshua Beeman, oh, y'all are getting fancy with these intro videos, adding your sponsor commercials and such. Well, I have to. I got to give shout outs to them because we wouldn't exist without their support. And also to, Joshua Beeman, I love your activity. Terrence, always really good to see you. Pat Simmons of Destiny Florida is in the chat. Hi. Wait till you see those Florida Destiny jerseys too. Steve Ross, hello from the Montresor Marauders, I believe. Yes, that's right. Sometimes my brain fails me, but I think I'm doing good so far in memorizing everybody who's in the chat right now. And Mark Pagan, you live in Florida now. You're not in New York City anymore. I'll never forget when I brought little BB there and we went to New York City and we did some perusing. So thank you so much. And New York crew. Yes, Steve Ross, the Montresor Marauders out of the New York area. Huge New Yorker fan. I'm a wannabe New Yorker, though I was born in New Jersey. So with all that said, this is a show that I'm so thankful for. Episode 7 now, you guys. And it was all about just talking about paintball, things that Destiny is doing, because we have so many people involved that make Destiny what it is today. So thank you very much for all of you for being in the chat, including Destiny Texas as well, Destiny Hawaii, Destiny Army. And now I'm going to bring in the beginning of our show. The first half is going to be with, bam, Terry, is it Tacchino?
Tacchino.
Tacchino, dagnabbit.
Close, very close. Common mistake.
I'm probably not the only one that has messed up your last name.
It's a normal thing, so it's totally cool. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Thank you for your forgiveness. And I'm also going to add Michaela Wilkins, everybody.
There she is.
We're both kind of twinning it right now with our Destiny black tops on. Yeah, and you got the hoodie on. So I got to talk to you, Terry, at Michaela's house, and we surprised her on her birthday podcast. And we didn't get to talk enough because I had several people message me saying, bring Terry back on. I'm really interested in his story and what Michaela did on her journey. And it's life-changing. It's beyond just it being about losing weight and such, right?
Absolutely. It's all about having it become an actual what should be our lifestyle in general, is what I believe for sure. The healthy lifestyle is not just privy to a diet. I think a lot of people see the diet culture, and I personally don't like the diet culture in general because it's only so focused on trying to get people to worry about the short term. What we're worried about, what I coach on, is longevity. Like I'm not just here to help you just lose the weight. I'm here to make sure that we understand and maintain and work to make this an absolute lifestyle.
It's like a constant conversation, isn't it? To always stay convicted almost. And I know that if I don't have constant communication or even a practice or a routine, I fall off the wagon, and I still struggle with that to this day. I feel like I'm at a good weight, but I kind of want to get stronger. I've always been a cardio girl. So can I show some pictures of you? Is that okay to share?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this one's pretty awesome, and I think it's important to note too that either size that people choose to be, we don't want to do any shaming, of course, and some people are completely content being on the thicker side, right? And I think even for those that I'll see like people dancing on social media that are thicker, and I'm like, man, they dance probably all the time, but it just makes me wonder, like, maybe it's a situation where they can hold on to it better but still be healthy. And that's something that I kind of wanted to ask you about is even when you see individuals that are still thicker, like football players and wrestlers, for example, um, even though they look that way, does it mean that they're not healthy?
I wouldn't say that it means they're not healthy. You can still be healthy in general. So it comes down to a lot of football players, like their diet is going to be relatively clean. I'll use it that way. But with the athletic side of things, is they're like an athlete within, like, say, football. A lineman is going to be extremely athletic, run faster than pretty much 90% of the people we know. It can turn on a dime for sure. He's trained like that, but he's also trained to be where he's at and how much muscle he's holding on to, regardless of how big he is. Sure, they want them to have size, but I can almost guarantee you that every single one of those linebackers or linemen, when they come out of the league, they will drop the weight down physically, and then they'll get rid of that fat mass, but they'll still have that muscle mass that they had and still be in shape. So it's just that's more of like a pertaining to their role in the sport that they play also. Because
So let's look at this picture, for example, Terry. And so in both images, you're running, and so kind of describe to me when you're on the left side of the photo here, versus the right, the feeling that you had both times. I would like to kind of pick your brain on that.
so it's funny, that picture on the left was World Cup 2018, I believe it was.
Wow.
Or no, that was 20, because I had just started losing weight. I had just gotten on my journey. I started July 23rd, 2019, and that was Cup. So I was down 40 pounds at this point, but I was still 340 pounds. I started my weight loss journey at 385 pounds.
Ooh. Oh my
So
goodness.
sure, I could run. I was actually pretty fast for a big dude, but the thing was, like, I would run out to that corner and I would be dying. So I could get out to the corner, sure, I could make it to my bunker, but then are my shots going to count? I'm breathing heavy. I'm sweating like a pig. Can't see out of it. Like, vision's all blurred and everything like that. Like, I worked my ass off to be able to play that size. The ultimate
Yeah,
equal paintball is the gun. So
this is
damn,
true. I
damn,
mean, and
have a damn good shot. So
for sure. Well, okay. So the program that you're using, tell me what it's called. What's the name of it? Because I'm a little interested in possibly recruiting myself to join your team.
okay, so I work as an advisor and coach, or slash coach is the best way to put it. I work off accountability, and I'm working within First Form's app, which is the First Form app. You can download directly through my own link, or if you download the app and it goes through to ask you if you want an advisor, you can put myself in, just Terry T, one word, and that will get you under my umbrella. Send you a welcome message right away. Let's talk about, the game plan that we run. Is a very good, very simple game plan where the only thing that we are generally worried about to see results and being consistent is we're going to build these habits, these good disciplines and everything like that. We're going to make sure that we're hitting our calorie goal, hitting our protein goal every day, drinking our water every day, getting in at least 45 to 60 minutes of some type of movement, and prioritizing sleep. There's going to be, I say big four, there's 5. And there's Michaela kicking ass.
I know. And so in the app, she actually can take these photos. Sorry, Michaela, but it's on the internet, so it's pretty much public. But look at how different. And I even can hear it in her voice when I talk to her, how confident she sounds. And so, Michaela, this is something that you took photos of within the First Form app. Is that right?
Yep, correct. You take it once a week. You do a front, a side, and a back, just so you can see. So yesterday was officially 1 year that I've been doing. If you see, I started October 4th, 2021. So yesterday was officially a year that I've been doing the First Form stuff. You can do it all on the app, and it sends it directly to your advisor. So Terry's my advisor. So once a week, you take your assessment. So it asks you a couple questions. How are you sleeping? Are you hungry? How's your energy level? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? You take the pictures, and then you weigh in, take your pictures, do your assessment, and it sends it to Terry or whoever your advisor is. And then they send you back a message on, we're going to do this or change this, or everything's great. So, yep, you can just do it all.
The website you said was firstform.com.
So it'll be, you can find it in the App Store. It'll be First Form, just the app First Form.
Okay.
Or you can go First Form, it should be firstform.app/Terry T.
Okay. /Terry T.
Let me,
because like I said, I'm going to jump in on this.
Yeah.
And I really want to see if there's something that I can do even leading up to World Cup. It's only going to be 4 weeks. I think we're out. Oh man, it's the 5th. I get there on the 2nd of November. And so I think I want to be on this journey with you and see if we can talk Mike into it. Cause I don't think he wants to.
Hey, it's all about, like, a lot of people are just like, hey, I just want to get healthier. It's like, that's fine. It's all about, it's not going to be so much restricting food. A lot of people think diet, they think restriction right away. And yes, if you're looking to lose weight, generally, you're looking to take in less calories than what your body burns essentially at rest, your resting metabolic rate. To get a good idea that you take your current body weight, you times it by 10. That's how many calories your body burns in a day.
Okay.
You could lay in bed. You could wake up and have your eyes open and lay in bed and say, for myself, 200 pounds times 10 is 2,000 calories. So for me to lay in bed and not move, my body's burning 2,000 calories to stay and thrive and live. Okay. So so then you take into me doing this is burning calories. No, it's not. I'm not saying you're burning a ton of calories, but that's just another form of the way you burn a calorie. It's just moving your body, walking. When you resistance train, yes, you're putting your body under stress, but then you're also using energy. And then that energy is what a calorie is. A calorie is a unit of energy. So when you want to lose weight, calories are also what's going to dictate what the scale says. So when you want to lose weight, everything is also an energy balance. You want to take in less energy than what you are burning throughout the day. So I'm just giving rough estimates. So say you're 116 pounds, 1,600 calories, you'll be at 150 calorie deficit, which means you'll be intaking 1,550 or 1,500, whatever it is.
Right.
And then you're already burning 1,600. So then you're in that deficit over amount of time is when your weight will drop. Now I'm just using rough numbers. I'm not saying that's what it would be, but that's just the general idea in a weight loss situation. Now, the thing is, when you start fueling your body the right way, eating correctly, maintaining your lean muscle mass, but getting in that protein, like I talked about, our concern is calories, our concern is protein. Our goal is to be at 1 gram per pound of goal body weight for our protein intake. The whole reason for that is the misconception or the old way of teaching them the amount of protein you're supposed to take in was based off a system that was for soldiers in war to keep them from being malnourished and not be able to function as human beings. And just that was based on survivability. The number
I
of
see.
the number we work off within the first format is based off of thriving. We want to thrive. We want to live a healthy lifestyle. This isn't about, being able to stay alive in a bunker. I mean, well, for us,
It's the long haul. It's the longevity of it. And so
Yeah.
if I weigh 150 pounds, of which I do, I'm
Mhm.
5'7", and you're saying that, if I understand correctly, I have to have 150 grams of protein every day.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then the carbs, and that's what we call macros, right?
Yes. Your macros
Carb.
macros are your protein, carbs, and fats. So it is your building block. Because the thing is also, people think, oh man, 150 grams, that's a lot of protein. Well, here's the thing. We're not just maintaining lean muscle tissue. It's in your hair, skin, nails. It's in all your organs. It's in your blood. It's all the way down into your into your cells. Like, it's literally the building block of your body. So we are not just getting in whole sources of protein, getting all 9 essential amino acids in to just worry about muscle. This is also to make sure that we are serving everything else in our body to be able to live.
And water consumption and all that. And so for First Form and that app, and again, go ahead and repeat it again. So it's firstform.com is the website.
Yes.
Or if we want to go directly to the app, we just look up TERRY and then the letter T.
Yes.
And that's how we can.
Yes.
Okay.
You can
so
also on my Instagram in the link tree, I have all the links in there also too.
Got it. And we'll tag you later on that.
Yeah.
And so 75 hard is also something, Michaela, that you've been doing. And you're on what day again?
Today's day 67.
Woo, girl, that's so disciplined.
Be done. Yeah.
That is fantastic. And so I have to show this picture. So on the left, it says 2012. How old were you there, Michaela? 17?
17, almost 18. Yeah.
Yep. And then we had met you in Huntington Beach, though, I think when you were 15 years old, just a couple of years before that. And that's when I was like, hey, stay in touch with me because I'd like for you to try out when we do activate the team again, because we were on a bit of a sabbatical. And then on the other side is 2017. So we need to do a 2022 World Cup photo because that's where we took that picture with the girls.
Yeah.
And so now, being on 75 hard, and when you think back on when you first started playing paintball, and there's always insecurities, especially as we go through our teenage years. But do you believe that, it's like night and day, isn't it? Ever since you started this program with Terry, but it's beyond just the weight loss. It's more of a mental evolution for you, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm mentally a lot happy, more confident than I was. And it's not just the physical stuff. It's this stuff, doing First Form stuff, just that was great. And it got me to where I wanted to be weight-wise. And then I continued to lose the weight. And I was like, oh, my God. And then Derek's done it a bunch of times and Terry's done it. And they both kind of were like, you should do it. You should do it. But then Derek was like, nobody can force you to do it. You have to want to do it because you're the one that's going to have to do all the things. So finally, I was just like, let's do it. So since I've started it, I'm not going to lie, the first couple weeks, it's very tough. It's a mental toughness. You have to get into this routine of, okay, I wake up at this time, do my other workout, then I can eat, do my second, go to work. So my shifts, I work night shifts and I work morning shifts. So one day I work 7 to 5. I get home at 6. I do one of my workouts. I eat dinner. I go do my other workout. I'm up at 4:50 in the morning for work. My night weeks, I get up early. I get up at 5 a.m., do a workout, go back a few hours, get up, do my other workout, get ready for work, go work the night shift. So there's excuses of I work, I can't do it, I can't. And you can't say that. You have to mentally want to do it. It's a mental toughness challenge. You have to want to find ways to do it.
Well, and that's what Max Demers of Bunkered Media, hi, he says in the chat, my problem is with my day job, it's hard to try and make healthy decisions for lunch. Any tips on what you would possibly suggest? And then Carrie Blanco, Destiny WNXL and Destiny Shenanigans, she says, Max, same here. I just do natural smoothies plus protein and just lunch already prepared while at work. But what do you suggest, Michaela or Terry?
I do either I'll make a salad and I'll put like lunch meat in my salad, like turkey from the deli turkey in my salad, or I'll make a sandwich. You can find there's like the healthy bread, and the deli meats actually have a lot of protein and they're like low in fat, so it's a good way to get your protein. So like I'll make a salad or I eat a sandwich, or pretty much every single day that's what I have for lunch, and it's all about planning ahead. So Derek and I will pre-plan our day the night before. So like we'll plan out what we're going to have for dinner first, and then we plan the rest of our day around that. So like if we're going to have a high carb dinner, then I'll probably take like a salad for lunch over a sandwich, or it's really, and you can eat chicken. Chicken's a great way for protein. We eat a lot of chicken. But I always do a salad or sandwich for my lunch, and it's quick and easy, and you can make it the night before and then just grab it as you're on the way out the door.
Proud coach moment. I didn't have to say
yes. I mean, we have so many positive comments about you being so disciplined, Michaela, and you're such an inspiration even for your mama bee right here. And so I was doing 75 hard kind of when I was staying at Michaela's house, and I promised her, I was like, I will walk with you. I will do all of your movement, the 45 minutes of movement with you. And even as exhausted as I am, because I'll be 50 next year, I was like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm going to go. So now I'm really looking forward to it, Terry. And
the 75
yeah, and
form stuff, just so people don't get confused.
It's two separate things. Yeah. And so there's two different apps for that, right? So there's First Form and 75 Hard.
And the good thing is with 75 Hard, like you don't have to get the app. The app is an added bonus. It's just a one-time buy if you do it, but there is a graph printout for it, and that'll lay out the 75 days, give you the rules of it. There's a podcast.
Able to share am I able to share to show you I can show you the app? I don't know if I'm able to.
So
oh yeah, I don't know how to do that just yet. I think if I click on present, no, it's not like Zoom.
It's it's very different, but it's different, but I definitely like it. It changed my life. The 75 Hard, like when I'm done, I'm definitely going to keep some of the things. I'm in such a routine now that I'm like, oh man, like I'm going to be done next week. Like, and I was just
it's like Jackie Lon on our WNXL team and her need to go to mass. Like every event we go to, she's like, I got to find a church, you know? And so for Michaela, this is her religion almost, right? Where literally she was like, hey guys, how are we going to meet for dinner? Because I got to get my book reading in. I got to get my 45 minutes in. And I was like, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I thought it was a little over the top, but I respect it. And I think that I need to get on this so I can feel that same empowerment.
So the big about 75 Hard is the reading. I love it. It helped me so much mentally because the books you read have to be a nonfiction. So I've been reading a lot of like self-help motivational books, and it's opened my eyes where I'm like, when I'm done with 75 Hard, I want to continue this reading and read every night before I go to bed and continue the working out and the you know, I don't really do a lot of like the cheat meals, so I'll do that'll be fine, but I love it, and anybody that thinks they can't do it, you can do it if you just
I believe you. I totally do. Well, Terry and Michaela, is there anything else that you want to share before we get into our halftime part of the show and segue into I have a little segue too, because Michaela knows the next guest.
I'll cover real quick. 75 Hard and First Form are separate, but it's the CEO of First Form is the one who developed the 75 Hard program. 75 Hard is a program. It's not a challenge. I know some people say challenge, but it is a program. There is an extension for a whole year. It's called a Live Hard program. I think everybody can do it. The whole thing is there's no trying. You take that word out of your head. You have to fully commit yourself and say you're going to do it. Because if you're trying it, you're putting that negative connotation in mind. And that's a good way to start in getting that feeling right away. It's
very good point.
That, like I said, are simple. I didn't say they're easy because they can be hard, but it's all about putting yourself through tough times to develop that discipline and mental fortitude and toughness and grit and having that hustle to be able to develop that for yourself to just make you a stronger person in the end. I mean, I've done it 4 times now. I did a full Live Hard program last year, and it's grown me exponentially. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Max, real quick, you need anything, dude, shoot me a message. I'm always open. Josh, I'm extremely happy to work with you when you join the app. And everybody else who is chiming in, you're freaking awesome. I'm trying to keep track of it real quick. I'm like reading the
I know, me too. Producer. Yeah.
Kayla has kicked ass. She's still kicking ass. I love it. One of my best top transformers for sure. I'll talk to you a little bit later, Michaela. Probably tomorrow. I'll let you know. I'll fill you in some stuff. Had some good news come across earlier today. So a lot of things are growing for me. And yeah, I really appreciate you letting me on.
Before you let Terry leave, I just want to thank him for
and yeah. I'm
excited. Yeah, go ahead, Michaela. Say what's on your mind.
Terry definitely has changed my life, my lifestyle, I already have told Derek, I said I would definitely do 75 hard again. I'm not done, but I definitely want to do it again. I like it. I'm addicted to it. But I would not be where I am mentally, physically, if it wasn't for Terry helping me. He answered all my questions. He's a great advisor, a great coach. You can ask him anything you want and he'll work with you very well. And I can't thank him enough. Like, I'm so happy with where I'm at mentally, and I owe a lot of it to Terry. I feel better about myself, like when I look in a mirror, and I owe a lot to Terry.
I love you, Terry, and thank you. And she's like a daughter to me because she's been in my life for so long, and I've known her from the very beginning all the way up until now, and I totally see the great evolution of her turning into this. I always embody it as spirits. Like, these are just our vessels, of course, and
Absolutely.
God wants us to respect our vessels, right? And that's what we're in essence doing with our brain power and our physical bodies too. And so kudos to you for being that motivator for her. And so I'm looking forward to the journey.
He saw me in Chicago doing my workouts at the paintball field. I was like, I play at this time. Got to get one of my workouts in before I play. Do another one after I was done. And I'm so happy. I feel better. Paintball, real life. I have the confidence that I was lacking in those pictures when I first started. I was so insecure. I had no self-confidence. I doubted myself in everything I did. And now I'm like, hell yeah, I can play the one on the Dorito side in D2 paintball and make it. Like, now I'm like, hell yeah. So thank you, Terry. And I love you, and you're the best. And anybody that wants to do it, do it. Get Terry as your advisor. He will change your life. I'm telling you, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Also, any questions in person, I will be at Cup. I am also one of your friendly DLX techs. In case you didn't know, I work for DLX as a tech, and I will be at World Cup working. So if we don't touch base or you want to talk in person, I will be there. Stop on by. I will be pretty busy, but I will definitely make time for anybody and everybody to be able to speak to you. So obviously.
Awesome. Well, don't go away. I do want to bring in the Troll family now. Thomas Taylor, say hello. Oh, you're muted. Let's see if I can unmute you. Unmute the mic.
There we go.
There they are.
Yay.
There's a lot going on here. There's 6 of us. I got to keep him muted in case you popped me in when I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Listen, they're over there on the couch playing with their phones, and I have ADHD, a mild form of such, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please mute it. You know? Diane says hi.
Hi. We love you.
Well, Michaela, tell us your story about knowing Thomas Taylor.
Oh, So I've known Thomas since I was a wee little child. He actually was the very first person that ever bunkered me. I was playing with Girl on Girl, which is now a lot of the girls on the diamonds, and I was playing the snake. We were at the Lodi paintball field, and I got bunkered. And then he realized I was a girl, and he went up to my dad, and he's like, "Hey, I'm so sorry I bunkered your daughter." And my dad was like, "No, she's out there playing with the guys. Treat her like a dude. Make her cry." And then ever since then, I'd always say hi to Thomas. I'd say hi, and then I ref for him a couple times. I've been around with all of his kids to be born. Yeah, I've known him for a very long time. I was like 13 years old, I think.
And this is in Northern California?
That was like northern or between Northern and Southern California. We'd go all up and down California and play. So
Right on. And then Terry, I know that, do you know who Paddy Gleason is?
Yes. Paddy plays for Seattle Thunder, of our sponsored teams.
That's right. And so I was hoping I would see him. I'm trying to look to see if he's in the room, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make it or not. But I wanted him to come on just for a little bit to talk about his off the leash, because I think that's what Derek is doing, right, Michaela? So it's like we're one big circle of doing these activities together. And isn't Paddy also your trainer too? Aren't you doing some stuff, Thomas, with him?
Yeah, I've been working with Paddy for probably the better part of 4 years. Yeah, I really like his approach to working out. It's really about being functional, right? And as a very young paintball player as myself, I need to be worrying about more functional things than being a bodybuilder or something else. So what he does is just really awesome. I really liked it, and it's helped me stay pretty injury free compared to some other seasons I've had in my younger years. And I'm always prepared to play. So yeah, I mean, I love the off the leash stuff. I love working with Paddy. He's an awesome human being. He just launched a new app. If he's not going to be on here and shout him out, I'll talk about his stuff.
Yeah, please do, because I really wanted to kind of segue all of that together and also talk about your health and wellness journey.
Yeah, he
and
does.
It's called OTL, right? Or is it the movement?
Yeah, it's off
there's
the leash.
Things happening.
Yeah, it's off the leash. His website is offtheleashlifestyle.com. So you go there, you can check it out. I mean, he has a new website. I think he launched it at the beginning of this year, but yeah, I mean, he has full training programs. He does different programs. He runs people through different stuff depending on where you're at, and then he does different phases, which is cool because you're always building and getting something new. I like. I don't like to have the same routine, so I like it. But really, truly, what's good about it is it's sport specific. So you're not just going in there and doing squats and hitting your bench and doing some bicep curls, right? I mean, you're doing a lot of mixed stuff. That's really, really good. And honestly, I'd like to think the proof is in the pudding. I turned 42 this year, and the last few years I think I'm playing some of my highest paintball there is, and I'm still fast and agile, and so. And a lot of that's thanks to him, so I don't mix in too much other stuff. I have a few other programs I mix in just that I like, but with Paddy, you're ready to go. And like I said, it's easy to use. He has a great app, and he's just down, dude. It's awesome. You just go in there, you can watch the videos, and so what you're doing. So
Michaela is obviously going to do her second movement of the day, and so Michaela, we're going to say thank you so much for joining us. And also to you, Terry, thank you very much for sharing your inspirational story. And we look forward to seeing both of you at World Cup.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
And I'll still be listening.
Okay. I love you, Michaela Wilkins.
Hey, I'm proud of you guys.
Bye, Terry.
Thank you. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So now I'm going to have Paxson join us here in just a little bit. So stand by. I'm going to run a commercial just to make Jacko happy. And then we'll be right back right after this. So give me 1 minute. Thomas, you have an LV2, don't you? Or what are you shooting? Because isn't Infamous sponsored by Planet, right?
We are.
Or it's
we
like
are.
a collaborative thing.
They got us some LV2s to try out. Was it 2 weeks before Philly, I think? And yeah, I've been rocking it every weekend since. It's I've been using it the entire time. It's a great marker. I love it. Keith's got to use it a bunch, so he can chime in too. It's a really good platform, and yeah, I'm loving it.
And Mike likes it too. You got to shoot the LV2. And then, and we love obviously, Jacko's been a huge supporter of Destiny. So here's BB. She just woke up from a nap. I was like, baby, wake up. Hi, Paddy Gleason. We brought you in. We were talking about you a little bit ago. And so.
What's up, fam?
Hi, family. Why don't we just touch a little bit on what you're doing? Because, again, this is a show about health and wellness. And we know that you're working with Thomas for the last 3 or 4 years. And so I kind of want to be inspired by your programming. What are you doing? Oh, he's frozen.
I was going to say, right now, I think he's frozen.
Yeah. He was so shocked, frozen.
He's shocked. All right, I'm going to remove him and let him come back in. But in the meantime, we also do have Keith. Hello, Keith. And then what's your daughter's name that's with us?
This is Harmony.
Harmony. I think I saw you when you were this little. And I think it might have been at Pev's, one of the events at Pev's, Harmony. And so both of you guys are playing paintball now, aren't you? Yeah. And I saw a picture. I think I want to share this picture right now. Paddy's still frozen. Paddy, we love you. And we'll try to get you back on the show. But in the meantime, I wanted to show this cool picture of you guys. Look at that. That's you two, right?
Hey.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is awesome. I just love that. And so you guys are obviously probably one of the coolest paintball families. And we don't have as many family members, but we do still consider ourselves a clan. And so now where are you guys living? You lived in California for a bit, but now you moved up north to Oregon. Is that right?
Yeah, we moved up to Oregon right after the campfire that went through Paradise. That
That's
kind of put a damper on life in NorCal. So I took a job up here at Impact Action Sports, and we've been up here since.
And so now you're at Action Sports, and Infamous kids are going to be at World Cup. And so Harmony and Keith, are you both playing on that, or is it just Keith this time?
Both of us.
You got to speak up a little bit.
Both of us.
Thank you.
Both of them are playing. We're going to be on the Destiny Kids squad. We also have the Destiny Shenanigans that are going to be having that fun too in the youth division. It's going to take place all day on Saturday. What are you and Keith? What are you and Harmony really looking forward to about World Cup?
We're just really looking forward to having fun. It's our first time doing something like this, so we're hoping to go out there, play our best, and have a lot of fun. Right
on. And so Paddy is back.
I'm back.
And so Paddy, let's talk to you real fast before you freeze again.
I hope not. I'm at work, so I'm not used to the internet connection here, but I think I connected to the right one, so I should be good.
Okay. Tell us about OTL. What does OTL stand for?
So OTL is my baby. It stands for off the leash, and kind of just created that for identity. It's kind of morphed into remote coaching for paintball athletes. But yeah, I've really I never thought that I'd own my own company. And so it's just been a huge dream of mine. And now I do, remote coaching again for paintball athletes, and then diving into just having clothing out there as well to give us a little bit of attitude, so that when we put it on, we're feeling off the leash.
So off the leash, and then you have another thing happening, and it's something that we can look forward to as we segue into World Cup, and that's called the Movement. Tell me a little bit about that. Yeah,
so Movement is with Off the Leash. Thomas is on it right now. It's just the name of the training program that I put out. So I use a coaching platform, and so how it kind of breaks down is Thomas is part of the quote unquote like OTL athletes. the athletes as a team or a group that I have on my coaching app that are going through training programs. And we kind of just recently switched gears into doing that, but I've been getting a ton of good feedback. Love it because it is more of a community vibe for working out. I mean, like, it's not directly like that, but I always remembered growing up with the Angels, and they used to have, you know, all the pros settings of the, you know, for the Angels on their website, and you could go in and upload everybody's, you know, settings that they had for the guns, but it gave you that kind of connection to another pro player. Whereas I feel like no one else is doing this, but like I said, the OTL athletes, Thomas is doing it, Grayson Gladstone's doing it, Connor Kelly should be coming on into it as well. And then you got everyone from semi-pro down, you know, and so we're all in this one community training the same training programs. And then we're, you know, talking shit, you know, excuse my language, I got kids on the floor. We're talking trash back and forth throughout the days via the message board that it has on the app. So it gives everybody this sense of community and mixing in fitness and wellness into it, you know? And so we talk about training, we talk about nutrition as tailored towards paintball athletes, mindset, culture, everything. It's all kind of wrapped into one.
Where can we go to see it? What's your website?
So offtheleashlifestyle.com is the website. That will be kind of like the landing page where I have a lot of the drops that go down, a lot of my clothing and everything. And then through there, I have a kind of reference, a referral where if you put in your email, you get kicked back to me, and then I reach out to you personally.
Okay.
I like to reach out personally to these people or whoever is interested in training, just so that I can get a little bit more background. Just because I mean, not that I have a huge filtering system, but I do like to know a little bit about that person before they start training. I mean, because we got to keep in mind, we are training. We want to be safe. I don't want to, you know, my goal is not to injure anybody during this. So I want to make sure that they're capable of doing the training first before they just sign up.
So for youth that are playing paintball, would some of the movement in that program, if you will, the off the leash program, would that work for some of our kids?
Yeah, strength training, not only with OTL, I'm a fitness coach in all trades. And so I have a lot of young athletes that don't play paintball. I got, you know, hockey players, soccer players, any sport really. And then all the way up. And, you know, what I always keep in mind is that whether it's paintball, rugby, football, and whatever sports you are training for, as a coach, it's like an unwritten rule is like you train the human first, right? You can go into this like sports specific narrative and really fall down the rabbit hole, but really we need to train the human first. And so, you know, with that being said, we have 6 foundational movements as a human being, you know, and the younger you are, the better off you are going to be down the road. You know, if you can learn these foundational movements early, then you're going to carry that outside of paintball and through the rest of your life. And so
we're going to look into it, because I think BB, after she just drank some Mountain Dew,
she looks real enthused.
she looks so entertained, like literally. Well, and she wakes up really early, right? Because school is very early in the morning. She gets up at like sometimes 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I kind of want to touch base with you and do something as a family as we prepare for World Cup. Gotcha. So we're gonna do something with you. Is that cool if we kind of look into doing something like that?
Of course, and I'm sure Thomas can kind of kick back and give some feedback too, because I see Keith and the rest of the family hitting the workouts as well on his IG all the time, so they can kind of give you a little bit of feedback on how the trainings are.
Right on. Well, Paddy, I'm so thankful that you joined us, and thank you so much for explaining that. And I'm really, again, looking forward to seeing how all that works. And then Mike is a one of a kind. Like literally, he doesn't practice, and he'll still go to those ICPL events and manage to take home some hardware. It blows my mind.
Hey,
but I want us to do it as a family. Yeah. He was just in the snake too, with all that pink paint everywhere on all the hyperball tubing. But anyway, with that said, Paddy, we're going to say thank you once again for joining us. And we'll see you at offtheleash.com, right?
Yeah,
or off the leash. What is it?
offtheleashlifestyle.com, or just reach out to me on IG as well. I'm very responsive off of IG. So if you guys just direct contact me through there, you probably, either way, both channels are funneling right to me. So
awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us, and we'll see you at World Cup, right?
All right. Yes. Oh yeah, 100%. So love you guys.
Awesome. Love you. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So now we are here with Mike Paxson, who doesn't like to be seen, but he likes to be heard. And then let me move
because it takes up the whole camera with all that.
Yeah,
beauty,
he does.
right?
Look at him.
Takes up the whole camera with all that beauty. What's up,
the whole thing.
Show's not about me.
Well, I mean, you guys have been playing since you were kids too, though, right, Paxson? You started when you were 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Thomas, how old were you?
Well, I played in high school, so I think I was about 15 when I started, 14 or 15. I probably didn't really get serious and start playing every week until 20. That's when I really started my career. But yeah, 15, I think it was 90, 95, 90.
So we have the Iron Kids, right? Iron Kids were Dynasty. Now, the original members of those Iron Kids were Alex Frazier, right? Aldi Lang. Was Yosh Rao one of those?
Yeah. I think so.
Yes.
At that time.
Brian Cole, Ryan Greenspan. Mm-hmm. And so those kids now are having children. And so we're going to be bringing in Yosh here in just a little bit to talk about what Hormesis is doing with the WNXL. But do you see that with the rise in youth paintball now, is it equivalent to what you all saw when you were 15 years old, or is it a little bit different? Were you guys playing with adults, or did you play on kids teams too, like the Iron Kids did back in the day?
We never played on kids teams.
Never played on kids teams.
Playing with adults. Yeah, we had no money.
We had no money, he said.
Yeah. Yeah. So I played with a couple of my high school friends in high school, and that would have been senior year. So that would have been when I was 18, and we probably had 3 kids, and then we had 2 adults that funded everything. But when I actually started playing, which was 2000, there was 10-man teams, and 8 of them were adults, and there was 3 or 4 kids that would get on there, because one, paintball was older back then, I think, just in general.
Right.
And 2, when I started playing, I don't know about you, Mike. I mean, I'll date myself a little bit, but a case of paint, the cheap case was $108.
Yeah. So, yeah. $125 for a case of Marbleizer.
Frack.
Yeah. So when I went out there, and I don't come from a background that has any money, $0. My background, we have $0, right? So I would go work for 2 months so I could buy a case of paint, and then I could go use that and stretch it out over a few times of playing, because that was, back then, minimum wage was $4, $4.25. So it took a long time to be able to earn a case of paint.
Dang. And now here you guys are, we're seeing all these fundraising, right? Allie Remembered's Foundation has segued, or they brokered the deal for getting inexpensive paint for our kids at World Cup. But we also see a lot of these teams that are raising money, or even organizations like the Montressor Marauders, that's a 501c3 and already has grant money and things that Jennifer Montressor has been building up for that program. And so with all that said, it's amazing. So tell me some of the stuff that the Infamous kids are doing to fundraise. Don't you have something going on right now?
Yeah. So this all kind of came together the last second with the Infamous kids. So we're way behind everybody else. We started off, Infamous ran a t-shirt for the kids on the Infamous website, a tech tee. And it was awesome. We sold 150 in 2 days. So the paintball community is just rad, right? And then Island Designs made these. Go ahead, yeah, Keith, you can show them the beanies. Made beanies and sweaters for the kids. Just say, hey, I want to donate some sweaters and some beanies for them. And so, then we said, well, hey, can we sell some of them? And he said, yeah. So now, if anybody wants to go over there and support the kids, they'll be live till Friday. Whatever we sell, we sell. We're trying to sell 50 of each. What else? Who else? A lot of people have been jumping in.
The hormesis too, don't you guys? Or no, playing the paintball trading cards.
Yeah, so that's two other things. So Hormesis sent them all headbands to wear for the event. My troll one had just launched, and then they sent these guys all headbands. So all the kids, we have 8 kids from like 4 different teams, because I thought it was better just to get kids from a bunch of teams so they can all kind of experience and come back to their teams after this and be like, hey, this was awesome, and grow paintball. So they all got a headband, and then they donated extra ones that were doing with those paintball trading cards. So Ryan over there at Paintball Trading Cards made all these kids custom like cards and packages. And so we've been selling those. I think we've sold maybe like 70, which is pretty rad considering, most of the kids outside of my 2 kids, no one knows. So, I mean, these kids are having a great time. I mean, we got these just kids from all walks of life that, mainly Keith invited to be on the team. And, because we do a 3-man league up here. So all these kids play against each other all year long in a 3-man league, and now they're getting to go to World Cup. So, but yeah, if anybody wants to support, right now we have stuff on thomastrolltaylor.com.
Yes, and so you'll see the ticker rolling down below. It says thomastrolltaylor.com. Oh, Yosh, come on back too when you get a chance, because he was back in the green room, and I was just about to bring you in. But with that said, you guys, please show your support and give these kids support by visiting the website at thomastrolltaylor.com. And then with even the youth division coming up, what are you looking forward to mostly? I mean, I know you're interested in playing, but what's the second most thing that you're looking forward to, BB?
Playing with kids my age. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because then you can actually be funny. Because if you're funny with other older people, they're kind of just meh. When you're hanging out with your type of friends, it's kind of fun to play.
I think I'm pretty fun, but whatever, B.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, you guys. Well, Michaela Wilkins too, she just said that she started playing when she was 10 years old. And so that is just amazing. And so inside our group chat, everybody is saying, go Infamous Kids. And so thank you guys so much for being on the show. Is there anything else? Are you looking forward to going to maybe Universal or Disney, you guys? Keith and Harmony?
Yeah, so I don't on the 2nd, we're gonna all go to Universal and have some fun.
No, we're going to Florida on the 2nd. We're gonna be there for 2
Florida.
weeks. Yeah.
We're gonna be there for 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's when we'll be there too, on the 2nd. Yeah, we booked our flights just this morning. Wow.
And then the Monday after the tournament, we're all gonna go hang out at Universal and have fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, so let's get all the Destiny kids there, and Mike can carry that on his shoulders, and we'll all go do Universal together on Monday after the event.
That sounds like so much fun.
That's going to be awesome. Well, Thomas, how insane are these kids going to be as they get older, starting as young as they are and competing?
I know. It's just so cool. I couldn't imagine being able to play paintball at their age, and then I couldn't, them all getting to go to World Cup and play against each other. Like Vivi was just saying, how cool is it? It's just gonna be kids playing against kids, and they're gonna make all these new relationships. They're meeting each other now, and all these teams are gonna get to meet each other and battle it out. And it's competition, but really it's fun, right? And it's experience.
What I love about our generation, because we are in our 40s and 50s, but it's so important for us to pass the torch and also have this new narrative where people are actually coming together better instead of feeling a little bit strange and awkward and not having a community per se. I mean, we've always been a community. Obviously, we've known each other for almost 2 decades. But to kind of pass this along to our children and give them those tools necessary, we're going to have an orientation on the Friday night prior to the all-day Saturday fun, and just kind of give the kids a chance to meet each other and talk about all their different things that they're going to be basically doing over the weekend. But I also want to show a picture of somebody who's very important to all of us, and I think you can agree, and that's Miss Tiffany right there.
Yay.
Tiffany, I'm praying for you, sister. And so there's Keith with his trophy. And but I think it's important to say that a lot of the moms that are behind the scenes, very much like Tiffany is doing so much work. I can't imagine, because you guys have 6 children, right? Or 4 children.
4. Well, if you count
you're
me,
part of
5,
6.
So definitely I might count for 2.
Right.
So a solid 6. Solid 6, yes.
And so, Tiffany, shout out to you, Mama, for everything that you do to bring up these beautiful children of yours. And so, Thomas, you guys are doing such an outstanding job. And I really am so appreciative that you were able to join with us. Now, Yosh, he probably texted me and said, hey, he had to go because I think I saw him in his car. And therefore, we're not going to be able to meet. Oh, yep. He says, hey, B, I apologize. I keep getting dropped out of the waiting room because I don't have strong enough signal. I'm not near Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm going to say try again. And so anyway, the Hormesis company for us, they've got these, you got to go to the website, you guys, and check these out. And this is something that they're doing for some of the WNXL teams to help us have a prize package, or a bigger prize package, I should say. So check out hormesispaintball.com. Because I wanted Yosh to kind of come on and explain that to us, and so I'm hoping he's still trying to get inside right now.
They're
But
so awesome with that company and everything they're doing, just across the board. They understand that it's a community. They really get it. I mean, shout out to all of them.
Shout out to all of them, right? And so even with the coins, I kind of wanted him to talk a little bit about how these work. And Mike was trying to give me an example. Here he is. Let's try to just bring him in real quick. Do the best you can, Yoshio. You're fine.
All right.
Can you
hear?
I'm there he is.
Can you hear? Yeah, thanks for having me on. What's up? Great to see the families there together. I'm actually not currently driving, so don't worry. This is as unsafe as it looks. But I am on my commute home. It's a great day at Sun/Hormesis/Dynasty headquarters. I don't know. Get me up to speed. Oh, there's some pictures up there. Yeah, that's
so congratulations on being a dad. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. It's been,
I'm going to let you
awesome.
take the
Baby
floor.
Ava has been.
Do you see on the table?
Oh, is it okay?
Okay, I think that's my cue. Sorry, we're kind of in audio because as you guys can see, I'm remote. I just wanted to get on. Can you hear me okay, B?
Yeah, just tell us about the Hormesis.
Okay. I wanted to get on, and I wanted to. Yeah, so Hormesis has released a line of scintilla wraps, and these scintilla head wraps are the support WNXL, and a portion of each sale is going to go to the WNXL Cup prize package. I was talking with a few of the franchisors and some players and coaches. It's really an incredible thing what started this year with the WNXL. I mean, it's essentially its own stand league with its own franchise, a bunch of dedicated players, and we just wanted to do a little something to help support that and help to create a little more excitement first. It's always fun to play for a bigger prize package, and so a small thing that Hormesis can do to get the encouragement going. I mean, it's probably enough just to finally have their own thing, right? Like a league for female athletes that are going to other female athletes to play paintball, and that's, I think, is critical. So far, it's been a really, really great job done. So, if people want to support the WNXL and throw a little money in the prize pool for the World Cup, you can go to DestiNation.com, the support WNXL scintilla page, grab yourself one of these limited scintilla. It's the Duke of Roses pattern. Any of those Hormesis fans out that already know what that is, it's probably going to match other great stuff that they have there. So that is actually one of our other back scintillas. Yep, a bunch of them there. So all of the teams of the package. So you may see some of the players repping, these WNXL scintillas. Otherwise, you're on at HormesisPaintball.com.
Awesome. Yosh, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much. And I'm going to let you go because the audio is kind of, I don't know if everybody understood. I can hear it okay. But thank you so much. I love you very much. And congratulations to you and Melissa on the new baby.
All right.
Are you guys going to be bringing her to World Cup?
Thank you. No, Melissa and Ava will be making the trip to World Cup this year. But, probably at some point in the near, we'll have the whole family out at a paintball so everyone can meet them.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you at Cup then, Yoshio. Bye.
Great to see you guys. Thank you. Thanks for the patience with the audio.
No worries. Thank you. Oh, did you guys hear him okay? Because I know it was a little choppy, but I still kind of understood.
Yeah, I mean, you could understand what he was saying. You got the point across, right?
Yeah, it got the point across.
Support, buy the Hormesis stuff, and extra prizes are going to be going to the WNXL. Yeah, there you go. Go to Hormesis.
There you go. Thank you for saying all of that, Thomas. We're going to be looking forward to your podcast soon. I'm still waiting on the YouTube channel for y'all to do something like that.
We got a lot of good clips. It could be a little wild.
I bet. And just do some traveling and like have a chauffeured RV. That's like the gypsy world that I dream of.
I'm about that action. I'm about it.
Right on. Well, again, I really appreciate you coming on to the show. Michael, thank you so much for being on too. Doesn't like to be seen, but likes to be heard. And Mike's going to be coaching the Destiny kids. Are you coaching Infamous kids during the youth division?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to be a part of the whole thing, the whole day. I mean, I got a match on Saturday, obviously, so I got to focus on that for a little bit too. But yeah, I'm gonna be out there as much as I can with everybody from sun up to sundown.
We just have somebody saying, "Baby's Nana, can't wait to see you guys." Oh, they're talking in the group chat, but Pork PB says Infamous Kids needs an Instagram. So maybe that's something you guys can start up, probably starting at World Cup, because I'm sure that you guys
taking all of our pictures. So I mean, he could probably load it real fast.
Right on. And then we have another person that said Thomas is going to sneak in the youth division.
Well, I mean, I am kind of youth size, so Mike might have a little problem getting in there, but I could.
Yeah, they're not going to let me in.
Yeah, they're not going to let Mike.
Yeah.
Although we did look 30 when he was 15.
Yeah, Mike aged the wrong way. He hit 35 and then just stuck. It's just never going anywhere. And rode that way for so long. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And what else are we seeing in here? All the Snake Kids versus Thomas. No problem.
All
right, you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, Harmony and Keith, thank you so much for being on the show. Do you have any questions? No? They're so distracted. Listen, you guys, we live in Montana, okay? And right now, we live in a farmhouse, and there's a critter running around, and the dog's going crazy right now. And so that's what they're distracted about. So I apologize. But that's how we live up here. So sorry. You guys got to come up. We have a guest house you guys can stay in.
It's beautiful out there. I'm actually really jealous. We've been stuck in an apartment since we moved here in the city, and that's just not my jam. Horrible. I ain't gonna lie about it. You look like you're living way better.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your story about being a youth yourself when you first started. And that's Mike with a fishing pole and the Hormesis coin at the end of that. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining us. And any other last words that you, Harmony or Keith, want to share? Anything that you might have rehearsed that you're like, man, I really wanted to say that?
No.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you at World Cup.
Yeah, thanks for having us. God bless. Baby, it'll be good to see you and watch you play and the kids. And Mike, do your thing, bro.
See you, buddy.
Bye, you guys. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, you guys. This was episode 7 of DestiNation Paintball, brought to you by Destiny Paintball. I'm going to show you guys some pictures before we go. This is Keith in his gear. We also have Dad and his passing of the torch to his son, Keith. So we love seeing this, and we love the fact that we can do this as a family. So shout out to all of you that are also paintball families too, that are making all the fun happen. And what better way to have fun than to do it via the paintball activity? All right, you guys. So that's it for us. And we're going to do some goodbyes in the chat. Mark Pagan, thank you for being on the show. Nice show, and see you at Cup 2. And then for Tiffany Taylor, she says, Steve Ross, thank you for all the prayers. We're praying for you, Tiffany. I prayed for you several times today. And so thank you to Max for everything that you do with Bunkered Media. And thank you very much to Phoenix Ammunition. We're going to sign off with their commercial. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on DestiNation Paintball, the podcast show.
I just want